at a restaurant that we frequently open, and every time we go in, she'd wait on us.
Who's us?
My wife and I.
Okay.
But over the course of the next year,
pretty sure my announcement did not get out.
Did your wife know that you gave?
So
very much aware.
hate to do this to you.
And then in 2018, every year I get a Christmas bonus. I'm going to try to share it with someone. 2018.
But one time you shared $1,000 of your Christmas bonus with this young lady, right?
Yes.
Did your wife know about that?
Yes.
$1,000. And did you and your wife give it to her together so she wouldn't get the wrong idea?
I give her my credit card.
No, I'm talking about the $1,000.
No, it was all on the credit card. I did not give her any cash.
Okay, I'm confused. Did you say you gave her $1,000?
Yes, you did. $1,000.
Think you're pretty. Not on the inside. Think you're pretty. Not on the inside. Think you're better. You probably are. Think you're better. You probably are. I will be on this later. I will slay the slayers. I will be on this later. I will slay the slayers. Then she has been drinking dry. Us behind while she lies. Then she has been drinking dry. Us behind while she lies. Get on the heat, get on the heat, get on the heat. Burn it. Get on the heat, get on the heat, get on the heat. Burn it. Get on the heat, get on the heat, get on the heat. Burn it. Get on the heat, get on the heat, get on the heat. Burn it. You think you're hot? Totally not. You think you're hot? Totally not. You're so conceited. Yes, you are. You're so conceited. Yes, you are. I will be on to Miss Slayer. I will slay the slayers. I will be on to Miss Slayer. I will slay the slayers. Then she has been drinking dry. I'm behind while she lies. Then she has been drinking dry. I'm behind while she lies. Get on the heat, get on the heat, get on the heat. Burn it. Get on the heat, get on the heat, get on the heat. Burn it. Get on the heat, get on the heat, get on the heat. Burn it. Get on the heat, get on the heat, get on the heat. Burn it. Think you're pretty. Not on the inside. Think you're pretty. Not on the inside. Think you're better. You probably are. Think you're better. You probably are. I will be on to Miss Slayer. I will slay the slayers. I will be on to Miss Slayer. I will slay the slayers. Then she has been drinking dry. I'm behind while she lies. Then she has been drinking dry. I'm behind while she lies. Get on the heat, get on the heat, get on the heat. Burn it. Get on the heat, get on the heat, get on the heat. Burn it. Get on the heat, get on the heat, get on the heat. Burn it. Get on the heat, get on the heat, get on the heat. Burn it. Deathstarters United! Deathstarters United! Blank gods! Blank gods! Builders are taking over! Builders are taking over! Will you fight? Will you fight? You must choose a side. You must choose a side. Will you be their slaves? Will you be their slaves? Slaves. Slave, 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 slave. Release me. Release me. Release me. Release My soul, you touch up. My soul. Release me. Release me. Release me. Alive. My soul. Watch out. My soul. Yeah. We are 17 years. We are 17 years. No food, no water. Y'all do, y'all holler. So wise. Like one here, like one here, like one here. What is that? Lord have mercy on the wretched house. Lord have mercy on the wretched house. Please excuse me, can't think for themselves. Please excuse me, can't think for themselves. We are 17 years. We are 17 years. No food, no water. Y'all do, y'all holler. Lord have mercy on the wretched house. Lord have mercy on the wretched house. Please excuse me, can't think for themselves. Please excuse me, can't think for themselves. So wise. Like one here, like one here, like one here. What is that? Lord have mercy on the wretched house. Lord have mercy on the wretched house. Please excuse me, can't think for themselves. Please excuse me, can't think for themselves. We are 17 years. We are 17 years. No food, no water. Y'all do, y'all holler. Lord have mercy on the wretched house. Lord have mercy on the wretched house. Please excuse me, can't think for themselves. Please excuse me, can't think for themselves. themselves. My bad. Essence of a seer. What are they preparing for? What are they preparing for? Why aren't we ready? While the Lord shall fire. Oh, it's supposed to burn through the waterfall. Why am I the only one talking? this for years. Think you're pretty, not on the inside. Think you're pretty, not on the inside. Think you're better, you probably are. Think you're better, you probably are. I will be not demon slayer, I will slay the slayers. I will be not demon slayer, I will slay the slayers. If she doesn't drink me dry, I'll be behind while she lies. If she doesn't drink me dry, I'll be behind while she lies. Get on the heat, get on the heat, get on the heat, burn it. Get on the heat, get on the heat, get on the heat, burn it. Get on the heat, get on the heat, get on the heat, burn it. Get on the heat, get on the heat, get on the heat, burn it. Think you're hot, totally not. Think you're hot, totally not. You're so conceited, yes you are. You're so conceited, yes you are. I will be the demon slayer, I will slay the slayers. I will be the demon slayer, I will slay the slayers. If she doesn't drink me dry, I'll be behind while she lies. If she doesn't drink me dry, I'll be behind while she lies. Get on the heat, get on the heat, get on the heat, burn it. Get on the heat, get on the heat, get on the heat, burn it. Not on the inside. Think you're pretty. Not on the inside. Think you're better. You probably are. Think you're better. You probably are. I will be the Demon Slayer. I will slay the serpent. I will be the Demon Slayer. I will slay the serpent. Let's see how they drink me dry. I'll be behind while she lies. Let's see how they drink me dry. I'll be behind while she lies. Get on the head, get on the head, get on the head. Burn it. Get on the head, get on the head, get on the head. Burn it. Get on the head, get on the head, get on the head. Burn it. Get on the head, get on the head, get on the head. Burn it. Deathstarters United! Deathstarters United! Gods! Gods! Buildings are taking over! Buildings are taking over! Will you fight? Will you fight? You must decide. You must decide.
Whatever.
Will you be their slaves? Will you be their slaves?
Welcome to Lady Lacey Show. Sorry I had to do these long intros. They won't put out my broadcast. It's pretty frustrating. I'm back on Yard Stream. We were the top 5% that broadcast over 20 hours a month. It's ridiculous. So congratulations to us. Okay. So what are we here to watch today? Oh, what was it? Alright, who's that, guys? Who is that? Right there. Right there.
I've lost my faith in the human race. Oh, but I still believe in you. Deliciously nothing. Deliciously nothing. Deliciously nothing.
Who the fuck is Monty Hicks?
Here we go. Welcome to Deliciously Nothing. I'm Alponio Classico. I'm Reverend Muffington.
Montavious Hicks?
And tonight's guest, we have Lady Lacey at the Lady Lacey Show and Kevon Dunn, musician and musical guest tonight.
Thank you.
Well, it's a drinking show, so let's get some shots. Are you drinking tonight?
I'll have a shot.
All right.
Awesome.
Are you drinking tonight?
I can't have a shot.
She's thinking about it.
Yeah.
She's
I was thinking about it.
There was a pause in the cause. That's for you, Kevin. You got a shot?
He called you Kevin, notice that?
I did.
I just let it slide, man.
Yeah, I get it. Too many times to correct somebody.
Yeah, it's been my whole life.
Did you want one, Anna? Have you had vanilla crown before?
I don't know that I've had the vanilla crown before.
It's delicious. It's also like for some reason it's the cheapest one in all of them. It's
Well,
like
you got
fucking
the
$10.
apple.
Is it?
I've had the apple.
The regular is 40. Well, 39, 38, 39.
Depends on where you go. 35 to 40. Yeah. 35
But then
to 40. Yeah.
the apple and the, I think it's vanilla, is 30.
No, where I get the vanilla is $25.99.
Really?
So at
That's
the
not-
airport
that's not good.
liquors.
Oh, the airport liquor?
Right
Okay, I know
there.
you're talking
Right by the
Yep.
old highway patrol.
Yep.
In Nash Vegas, baby.
That's hilarious.
Smash Vegas.
Okay. So let's get to our guest
Can you
here.
give him a shot?
Yep.
For the peanut gallery over there.
We're got a full house tonight.
Yeah, we do have a full house. Not one stool is a thing. Well, that one. She shut
Sold out show. What? Sold out show.
Show that show.
Sold out
They're in the
show.
arena seats. The nosebleeds.
Best seats in the house. And don't watch out, someone go get thrown at you.
Oh my God. All right, what is this?
Muffers is around.
What are we doing a cheer to? To Eddie. Yeah,
Eddie.
There you go.
Eddie, yes, to Eddie.
some heavy shit right there.
That was a pretty hard thing to take right there.
Absolutely.
So I'm having a booger issue.
Ugh.
It's my gum, but you know how you try to flick a booger, it just doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
it was your gum.
you do it off- yeah.
I mean, it's happened. You know,
Yeah,
saying it's never happened.
If you use tissue.
You can't, because then you get a little piece of tissue still left, and then you're like still trying to claw that out.
There's no good way to go about it.
No, there's not. In the shower,
Just
it's the
don't
best
do
way.
it. No, don't do
No,
it.
the shower is the best
Shower
way
is
because
the best
the steam loosens everything up, and you can feel it loosen, and then just one big snot rocket and cleans the whole
I
channel.
hate snot rockets.
It's great. Yeah.
Anyway, how y'all doing today? Great transition. Y'all like that?
Clean segue.
From snot rocket to
All right.
you
Well,
guys.
let's start with the ladies first. So we got Lady Lacey of the Lady Lacey Show. Everyone, let's give her a round of applause. And I guess give us a.
First of all, where can everybody else find you? I'm sorry.
Well, right now I'm only on YouTube,
Yeah.
and I am the Lady Lacey Show, spaced out, and that's the only place you can find me right now.
Do you have any special guests? Can you do special guests at your show?
Do I have special guests?
Yeah.
No.
You should expand beyond the closet. Sorry. No, so what are you talking about?
Yeah, I just have a small show, and I run it right now in my closet, which is actually an expansion. You know, it was a corner of the room, so I took everything out of my closet, and now that's what I do in there.
That's hilarious. That's awesome.
Now, do you do it as yourself? Or
Hey,
you do it as, like,
Mikey.
a personality of yourself? Is it like an exaggeration of yourself? Like, you know, your TV personality?
Well, I mean, I just try to be cheerful, you know, but it's still me,
Right
you
on.
know.
So give us some subjects that you talk about.
So I talk flat Earth, definitely. My subscribers, my followers are definitely flat earthers. I'm a flat earther, and we do all kinds of conspiracies, every single one. And we're making headway. We're having meetings, we're having conferences, you know, and
I love
it's been amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Or you get more people to believe the Earth's flat then.
absolutely. Absolutely. There's a lot of hurt people out there. The
Don't
system
understand how.
has hurt a
How do you
bunch of
believe?
people, and once you just realize that they just started lying to you from the beginning.
But the Earth isn't flat though. It's a globe.
Have you been outside of Tennessee? That's what you're trying to say. Have you been outside of Tennessee? Have you been in an airplane? That's what
I
you're trying to
mean,
say.
yeah, I've been on airplanes. I used to, you know,
Have you
save all my
seen-
money all summer and ride an airplane to go see relatives.
How long are you been flat Earth?
And you know, really, it's a new phenomenon. I'm just from Franklin. Graduated Franklin High School.
Well, I mean, at one time,
No,
people
I
did
didn't.
believe that the Earth was flat.
Exactly. This is a new phenomenon, I guess. 5 years old. So if anyone ever told you that they grew up and they were flat earthers from the beginning, it's probably not true. That's one of our.
What's the one main
way we
specific
tell.
thing that you would think that makes you a flat earther? Like the one thing, without a doubt, is the one reason.
Because we're not moving.
Yeah, you're right. I'm trying to. I'm kind of nervous, Mikey. You know,
If we just use
hold on.
our own senses.
I was nervous, Mikey. This happened about a week ago, and I was quite nervous. And my husband made me designated driver, so I couldn't get enough alcohol in my system to really do a good job. These guys were really nice. Practice, Mikey. I need more practice. No, Franklin, Tennessee.
We don't feel the world spin.
I'm in Nashville. I drove to Nashville to this person has like a shed in their backyard, like a nice one, a big size one. And he has the podcast equipment in there. You see he has the guitars. It's this dude right here. And he was really fascinating. I really liked him a lot. A lot. That's my cat.
And we just have to trust our own senses.
We're just
And
watching
quit
it. I
trusting
haven't
what
watched
they
it yet.
do.
We're watching it together.
I mean, if it's flat, then you don't need gravity, really. It's there to fool you. It's there to confuse you. Nobody can really.
Let's stop for a second. And then
figure that
anybody who
out.
is listening, our 10 listeners of the evening, apparently, the flat Earth essentially is that we're on a disc, correct?
No.
No, we're not on a disc. So is it like?
We're like on this table.
This. So if it didn't have legs, just this is the top.
This is perfect, okay? Look, guys, you got the North Pole in the middle, right? And all the equator has a circle.
Where's the South Pole?
The South Pole.
If it was the table.
Actually, there's not a South Pole. It's an ice wall, correct? Right.
Well, I mean, suppose
So
I haven't been there. Can't verify it for you. Your own journey.
But then there's also our atmosphere essentially is all contained in a dome.
Neither are they.
Right. And then from what I understand, the moon and the sun spin like we're in the simulation almost.
Could you, like, yeah, if you used your shots, yeah, like,
So I'm always like
yeah.
this is a light, like the Truman Show. This
No,
is,
you-
and then they
no.
spin.
Okay, we only need two, okay?
Are you
So-
lost? Are you not paying attention?
No,
Oh,
I'm paying attention.
Right?
He was ready to
Yeah, perfect. Like, okay, the dome is over, right?
This is
You
done.
got your stars,
Right.
and the sun and the moon.
The stars are on the dome.
They're under the dome, but yeah.
Right.
And the sun and the moon are the exact same size, and they just go in clockwise
Right.
position.
And they just gonna
in the
spin
circle.
all around. Okay.
That's interesting.
Well, so I grew up, as a kid of the 70s and 80s, so I remember distinctively the space shuttle program.
I just watched
Carl Sagan is a big.
Well, we don't
hero
talk
of mine,
flat Earth
a big
the whole
influence.
time.
When I was a kid,
That guy
I
in the
remember
middle,
having,
he's
when I
not
was
playing
in the
music.
70s,
That's a
I had
comedian in the
rocket
red shirt.
models, like the Apollos and
This guy-
everything.
the
And
guy-
I
the
remember
hippie guy
every fucking space shuttle
On the
launch
opposite side of me, he's
up until Challenger
he's the one
exploded.
running
Then
this
I just
podcast on
stopped.
Figure Out Podcast.
It's heartbreaking.
And then Jason, I don't really know what's
It
going
was
on.
hard to watch.
I think he's
I'm
amazing.
not watching. I just I can't. I mean, I was just too close to
That's
home.
how I
I
got
mean,
here.
dude, that
I don't
was.
know what it was.
Do you remember watching?
Yes.
Did you watch it live?
That's cool.
I was on the phone with a friend. Was that school? Because we must have been skipping school then. Because I was at home. We were both watching it fucking together. And then in a mid-sentence, man, it happened in front of us. We just stopped. It was just silent on both sides. And we're just like, dude, what the fuck? I mean, seriously, you watch it. No one knows what's going on. You hear one guy saying, well, I think, the booster's just attached. It's like, no, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's not the
next thing you
boosters.
hear is
The boosters drop. The boosters don't shoot out from.
I'm not gonna laugh at that, but yeah, you're right. It was just what in the world is going on?
But I grew up, actually wanting to be an astronaut. I actually wanted to be an archaeologist too. Actually, did you believe that there are Dinosaurs.
I was just like you. I loved NASA back in the day. I loved Ancient Alien. Remember?
Great TV show.
Is he there?
It's a great TV
Can I
show.
talk to
Yeah,
him?
He's a ghost.
That's one of those things to binge watch when you're just
You know, I was watching Ancient Aliens. I watched all of them, the PBS specials. I'm right there with you. Like, I mean,
But you just flipped, and you're like, nope, everything's flat.
I watched a really good. You remember how YouTube just had autoplay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I woke up to like a flat Earth autoplay on YouTube on my smart TV. It's like a 4-hour movie documentary, and I had laundry to do, work that night. I watched that whole 4-hour thing. You know, took breaks, gotta get ready.
Yeah.
You know, and then I went to work that night because I worked third shift, and I told everybody that night the Earth is flat. Satellites aren't real. They don't travel to the moon. Like it just hit me right then and there. This documentary was so good. You know, that was it. That's all I needed right then and there. I had studied NASA. I love NASA. I watched all the black hole stuff and the dark matter, and I was all into all that. But you know, once things start making sense, it changes the game.
Interesting.
So,
You
we
like
got another
magic
guest
shows?
here. We got another guest here, Kevin, musical guest.
Get up there.
So,
What's your name again?
Steven.
I got that again.
It's all right, man. Hey, if you guys spell it right on YouTube, people can
I think
like
I
search
did.
for it. Yeah, the flyer, all of it looked good. I think that was great.
All right, now let's talk to you.
All right.
You think the moon's there? No, I'm just kidding. No, okay. You play music.
I do.
How long and like where are you from?
So I am coming here tonight from way of Joplin, Missouri, which is over. I didn't come all the way from Joplin today, but I've got shows over in Poplar Bluff, Southeast Missouri, and I have this going on, so it was kind of worked out that I would be ish in the area.
You live in Missouri though, right now. You live
right
there.
now.
Shut up! You're the farthest one away.
Farthest one we've ever had.
You got a lot of firsts on this channel. He's the first.
I'll say this is the first time I've ever done a video recording podcast.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, video
No.
recorded.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
This is the first time I've been on.
I used to try to do that in a dress and like.
Oh, what do you do?
Yeah.
I mean, it's there, but
We try to talk to each other.
Yeah.
Whatever.
you want it to be conversational.
As long as you're comfortable.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bats in Missouri, right?
Oh, it's most of it is from me.
We'll talk to you after the show.
Yeah, right.
You watch Ozark?
Dude, I watched the first episode of Ozark, and I was very anxious that day, and it was too real for me. When they were like in the office and shooting people, putting them in the barrels, I was like, no, thank you. This is too much for me right now.
That just happened down the street.
I love Jason Bateman, and it's weird because like I've got family in and around that area. But no, I haven't been back to check it out. I need to. It's been in my Netflix queue forever. Yeah, I've only heard good things about it.
It is a trip.
I feel out of the loop every time my friends talk about it. But yeah, man, I've born and bred in Missouri for most of my life, between Poplar Bluff, Southeast Missouri, and then Joplin, Southwest Missouri, and Joplin is where I'm at right now.
What's your musical influence? Where do you get?
Man, it comes from all over
Everybody,
the place. Yeah, I mean, I think any person who really loves the craft and loves the art is going to they're going to have their
From
finger,
everybody, yeah.
in a lot of different pies musically. Absolutely, and I think it's necessary. You know,
Yeah. I get it.
I think that's a big part of any artistic endeavor. Is I think it's much better to borrow a little something from everybody than to get too into one thing.
So that leads my next question. Are you self-taught or do you somebody teach you how to play?
Yeah, so I have been playing drums literally as long as I can remember.
Oh yeah?
And I mean, even in pictures of me when I'm like my first Christmas, first birthday, there's like the little like electronic drum pads and stuff. And I have like a little toy Fisher Price snare drum. And there's pictures of me when I'm like 2. We'd be like after church, and like it's like whenever you would sit on your parents' lap driving a car, like I would be sitting on the church drummer's lap and be doing the pedals, and I'd have the sticks, And then I got one lesson when I was like
4 or 5 years old from a guy at the church my family went to, and he went to college.
Yeah.
And I just took the ball and ran with it. Then when I was about 10 or so, I got kind of bored with drums. I picked up bass. Then I started taking piano lessons so I could do band in school. And then through kind of just knowing the layout of, the neck of a bass and all the theory and the chords and stuff with piano, guitar was just kind of there, And then I did a lot of music stuff in high school. I've been in bands forever. And then I did a year in college to study percussion performance. And, I thought, it was cool, but a degree wasn't going to help me do what I wanted to do. And so that was when I kind of started hitting the gigs seriously. That was about 2012, 2013.
Interesting. You got a song for us? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Whenever you guys are ready, we can
Whenever.
play some music.
We kind of play this like here. We have no set formats.
Yeah.
So wherever you want to play.
Absolutely.
Is it called Flat Earth?
It is. I'm doing an album of Flat Earth stuff right now.
That's amazing.
Good. Song title or?
What are you guys in the mood to hear?
I guess something new of yours.
Something new
I like
of mine.
upbeat, but you play whatever. I don't know what.
Upbeat.
Because, I want something that you can clap your hands to
Sure.
and stomp your toes to.
Sure.
So, there you go.
So this will be, I guess this works out at least somewhat well. This is going to be like one of the first songs I ever wrote. Maybe the first. I'm not exactly sure. But I was, I think I was 14 when I wrote this song, which really, I think, more than anything, just shows how horribly lazy I am. But it's one of those songs that I like, and it kind of stuck with me. And it's just like, I've done it over and over again with different bands, and I have a couple of recorded versions of it. And then I did a newish one back in March, April, that I really like. And it's full band. It's got the whole deal. But I'm just going to do it on guitar and harmonica. And this one, it's called Gold. We've had some rough times here, I know. But I still love you even so. Our worlds are crashing around us, but I still give all my trust. Take my hand, I'll go where you wanna go. It's alright, 'cause I am not alone. And I know when we make it down the road, start it over, turn it into gold. Into gold. I know that we're both still in love, and in the end, we'll be together. I still care about you so much. I'm so scared, but I'll trust you anyway. Take my hand, I'll go where you wanna go. It's alright, 'cause I am not alone. And I know when we make it down the road, we'll start it over, we'll turn it into gold.
Well, sometimes I'm so impatient. I want this all to end. And I want you back so badly. And how did this begin? Sometimes I still feel you in the middle of the night. So come on back here, baby, 'cause I still just don't feel right. Take my hands, I'll go where you wanna go. It's alright, 'cause I am not alone. And I know when we make it down the road, we'll start it over and turn it into gold. Turn it into gold. Turn it into gold. Yeah! There you go.
Thank you guys.
You can back up singing this time. Remember, we got some good backup singers over here.
I'm a little lit. How many are we at? Because I think I've hit my limit.
No, we haven't. Wait for
You're a 5.
No, wait for your limit. We had 2 the first show.
We had 3 in the first show.
Ooh. I thought it was 2. There's 2 the first show.
Who fucking cares?
I had 12. That should be number 4 right here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's very sweet of you.
I can work for you, Moppers. No. Just pour yourself one and drink it.
Yeah.
These are new.
I didn't even see y'all pour those. I just put the bottle up.
No, I said it in front of you because you weren't paying
Yeah, I'm highly impressed. That's your first song you came up with?
That's one. I mean, if not
One of
the
the
first, it was the second. It was. We're talking. It was there early on. Oh, very early on, and it was. I mean, I don't know. Do we get like a little VH1 storyteller?
No, yeah, lovely way to tell a story I like to hear.
Oh, it's nothing too crazy. I was like 14, and the girl I was dating at the time dumped me.
No, don't say you gotta went to a dump food phase.
Man, she dumped me specifically so she could date another guy. And it was one of those things where she was like, I just want to know what it's like, and then we'll get back together. And I was like, okay, babe.
No.
And then, since then, the song, it's weird, like the song, even if you didn't write it, I think there could be, you don't listen to a song for a long time, and then it kind of, you kind of come back to it, and it just, there's something different there about it. And that's just kind of how the song is always, it's like a ghost, man. It just follows me around everywhere, Or like toilet paper stuck to my shoe or something. It's just always trailing behind me.
At least you got something good at it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, all we have are our experiences and stuff.
Yeah.
It's nice to be able to have an outlet to channel that, for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting indeed.
Thank you, man.
Do you have any type of like horrible road stories?
We love the road
Any
stories.
hidden murdered hookers?
Dude, I unfortunately,
on the way over here.
due to legal reasons, I can't talk about this.
As long as you say allegedly.
I'm just a person of interest in a lot of those murder cases. It's not. I'm just they're interested.
You
That's
look
all.
just like
I'm not a
you.
suspect. No, I'm just kidding. Man, you see, I wanted for a long time to start a blog, just because some of the stuff that you see, even if it's not that crazy, it's weird,
Yeah.
But probably the weirdest one that comes to mind is this was like about 6 years ago now, a little over 6 years maybe. I was in Fort Smith, Arkansas. It was like northwest Arkansas, around Fayetteville, that area. And a buddy of mine, we were doing like a little rock trio thing, playing at this bar. This bar, I mean, it looked like if you had been shrunk and just walked into a cinder block. It was just like concrete, everything, like just straight rectangle. And so we get to playing, and this girl comes in, and she's talking to these dudes at the bar, and I hear her say to this one guy, she's like, "Well, whip it out. I don't want to stick it or anything. I just like looking at dicks." And I was like, "Oh, you're an interesting person," you know? And so she's like making a scene, and then this like guy and this older woman come in, and they're all hanging out together. We're on break. We go back. We're playing again. We come to find out, like, this girl who's trying to see dicks, this dude that came in is her.
That was a good joke.
Yeah, this dude that came in is her brother, and their mom is with them also. And so we get up and we're playing again, and the mom is like having a love affair with our guitar player. She's just like in his face as close as she can be, like singing all the words, like pretty flashing, pretty serious doomy eyes, you know. And then like we look out, and on the little area where people are dancing, this brother and sister are like dancing together. And I'm kind of like, okay, like I have a sister, and I could see if we were like going to some weird friend's wedding, we didn't know anybody, and like Shout comes on and everybody's dancing. I can see getting out there. But then they like start getting closer, putting hands on each other. Yeah. And I was like, oh no, this is not great. And then, it just progressed from there. Like at the end of it
was Arkansas, right?
Yeah, man, it was full on grinding, and it was very sexual. We ended the set, and dude, I've never heard a bar so quiet. Like the game in the back, the fucking skee-ball in the back of the room knew what had happened, and it was like, this is too much. Like we met each other, you know what I mean? It was so awkward. And they got in a fight at the end of the last set, and so they like ran outside. Everybody can see them yelling at each other, you know.
The brother and sister got in a fight.
Yeah. And then the mom goes out there after him, and she's like, "You need to learn how to share," or whatever. Some pearl of motherly wisdom. I'm inclined to believe she maybe missed a couple things with them. So the mom's out, the whole family's outside, and it is so quiet.
You brought this up, dude?
Yeah, we're all sad. We're all very sad.
I can totally skip this part. I am the most restricted channel out there.
Still have all my my faculties and stuff, but yeah, it's just weird, man. You just see stuff that
I can imagine.
you see a lot of fights. It's weird.
Sure, in Arkansas, you do.
That's crazy, man. With COVID, I've been doing a lot of these weird pickup gigs where it kind of in like Poplar Bluff. People know me as a dude that like I'll come and play your gig. If your drummer's not there, or your bass player, or whatever. I've done a lot of shows with a lot of different people for a long time, so I just know a bunch of songs that people, are kind of into canon or whatever. And I haven't done late bar gigs in a long time, and so this year is kind of the first year that I've had to go back to doing some of those. And man, I forgot how good I had it not doing them, because it's so late, and the bars are always so smoky, which isn't terrible, but like when you're trying to sing just a whole night of it, it gets to you. And then there are always fights at the end of the night. You're like trying to load your gear out, and people are yelling at each other. You're just like, can you move, please? I want to go home, But yeah.
All right, one more song. We'll go back to your conspiracy.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. Okay, name the song.
Name the song. Let me think here.
Is this gold and then this is silver?
Gold, yeah. And then I do the whole. I do the lot. Is the album
I'm
I'm
just
working
being
on?
silly.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You're totally fine. I'll do one of the more recent ones that I have written. It's called Home, and it's kind of, I think it's the first song I ever wrote. I wrote it a few years ago. I think it's the first song I ever wrote that made me feel like I could write a decent song. So, this is it. Old Home. Standing in a house that's not mine anymore. Memories I made softly floating out the door. Well, I know there's a time for tears and hurt and quietly. I just never thought that my old bed in my dreams where I'd see my father getting on a plane, and my mother trying to hide her pain. My sister's living out a life she moved down long ago. And although I got my own place now, I still feel far from home. For sale sign in the front yard is hard to see, and the walls and floor look different now. That don't matter much to me. I'm sorry for the banged up door. You got it fixed, I see. I'll just leave my keys on the kitchen knob and walk out while I think of my dad living clear across the world. If both my parents finding someone new to hold, and my grandpa's fading quietly from the family disease. And although I got my own place now, home still feels far from me. When my world shakes, where do I run to? And if I need a hand to guide me, can you reach me from your new room? And I'll miss the times that we all share. They made me who I am. And I know you all moved on now, but I don't know if I can. And I just want to sit with you again. Even if some fences we can't mend, watch one last movie with no end. Enjoy the company of my closest friends.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you.
Now you're back.
Sorry about that.
We switched it up.
Y'all have such good drinks.
There you go. Don't blame the drinks. Blame us personalities. So, okay, well, I got the flat Earth. So, what's your next conspiracy theory? Or what do you want to talk about? What's on your mind?
Well, we just had 9/11.
Yeah.
You know, has anybody looked into that? Or
What are your feelings on that?
Yeah, there's so much about it.
I watched the South Park episode.
Well, I mean, that's something that changed the world, and they never went back. You know what I'm saying? We never went. They never took away, or you still got the long, plane. They're gonna check your baggage, and they're gonna scan you.
I'm going to Florida this weekend, thinking of airplanes.
You know.
So I gotta deal with all that. Yeah, I get it.
So, Well, I mean, we're finding a lot of the same movie magic that's in NASA, the moon landings. We're finding in 9/11, and it's with those airplanes.
So you think that's all? What do you think that is? You said with the movie magic, you thought that was a whole fake, or you? What do you think it was?
The moon landing.
Okay, the moon landing is one thing, but 9/11. What are your feels on that? Was it real, fake? Was it something different? Was it really
buildings
terrorist?
came down.
Yes.
Buildings came down, but
You don't believe planes went into them?
I don't believe planes went in.
Really? So there's footage, but you don't believe that's a plane going into it. You think it's movie magic?
Movie magic.
What about
CGI.
the cell phone videos though of people take it? Like there's.
We didn't have cell phones back then.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. It wasn't as crazy as they are now.
I'm not saying they're maybe they're not cell phone videos, but they're like camcorders, like people in their apartments where like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the footage with me, but it's definitely something to take a look into. The no planes.
So no planes
But
theory.
the plane footage they found at the Pentagon, though, the plane parts and all that they found there. How was that?
I mean, that would just be.
I'd be knocking you guys
What
out
is
right
it?
now. All right, guys, let me help Lady Lacey out. It was an inside job. Those buildings came down. They exploded.
Let's get a chair over here. You guys slow down.
Let me help Lacey out, damn it.
Let's get a
He
chair.
had to be part of the struggle. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go in here let my wife get beat up. I'm joking. You guys are nice. You're gonna be real nice.
Yeah,
You sit down, sit down.
it's a lot.
I'm sorry, I couldn't watch it.
Take in, explain.
Okay.
Let's go back to the beginning.
That's one thing I don't. I'm
The gravity, the first question. I was just sitting there like density,
Yeah.
density, because gravity is selective. Gravity is just a big pulling force that keeps everything down.
the farther you get
But
away
then,
from the pulling force, the less.
Then you got the hot air balloon that can go up into the sky. So is gravity selective,
No, it's a different.
or is it just density, which
Science
we're referring to as
proven.
weight?
Yeah, science has proven that heat can lift. Heat rises.
Against
So when you fill up a
the
balloon-
almighty gravity
Yeah.
that keeps everything down?
What about a heat?
The whole rock together just.
Well, it's lighter than air.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it lighter than air.
Heat it up to where it's lighter.
Yeah.
Okay, so coming down, you can take 100 pounds of feathers and 100 pounds of pennies. It's going to hit the same time. It's not In the a same. vacuum. That's true.
In a vacuum.
Where there's no wind or outside air pressure. Here goes the next one. The next thing was, you talked about the dome. It's the firmament. It's in the Bible. It's like 2 pages in. It's basically flat, and then you got your dome over. The heavens above, the waters above, the waters below. You know, I may have said that wrong. Because of the alcohol. All right. I would have helped her out on that one. That would have been the good one to throw in against you guys. You know.
I get the gravity. Hold on. But my thing is still, you think it was like digital planes or movie magic?
I think it was movie magic. I really do.
Wow.
Building 7.
Building 7.
They fucked up on BBC. 20 Minutes said that they pulled Building 7. Meanwhile, Building 7 is right behind them. Guess how Building 7 came down? The same way, magically, those planes hit. All right, 1945, Sears Tower. A B bomber ran into that son of a gun, got lost in a fog, ran into that. How come it stood? It's a B bomber. They brung it down on purpose. Look at the owner that bought that and took out that huge insurance policy and got paid. That man got paid for everything that came down.
I'm pretty sure.
Inside job. What happened after that? The biggest spy, they can look on anything. They can listen to anybody's phone call now. That was the game. That's the game they play.
Yeah.
It's switching bait. At all times, the government's always switching bait.
Yeah.
I agree that there's
Like right now, you mark my words. I'm going to go ahead and be Notre Dame. You will not be able to take their masks off until you're vaccinated. It's fucking classic switching bait. It's coming, guys.
That's probably true.
That's why it's so important more than ever, because I could just stay in my room and talk to my 260 people just fine. But they're going to put, I think, the vaccines. That's it.
Why did Bill Gates invest so much money? Why did he give up all his money to donate to science? There's other countries that ran out. India, and there was somewhere in Africa, those countries that ran Bill Gates out of their fucking country because of all the vaccines supposedly for their kids. He was fucking their kids up.
Bill Gates shot his
It's like-
wife from the
it's like-
gate. He come out and said we need everybody chipped to have a bio, so we know everybody's been vaccinated. Well, the only way we know everybody's been vaccinated, everybody needs to be chipped.
You ever take
This gets deep, guys.
you ever,
Fucking deep.
you ever take the flu shot and
No.
still get sick?
Never. My dad, I learned his lesson.
But still,
There's nothing wrong with learning other people's lessons.
I think
You know
the
what I
flu
mean?
shot and still gotten sick.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the virus.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
inject the virus.
Yeah.
That flu
I
shot is
know.
1 out of 5 different types of flu. There's only a 20% chance that flu is going to make you better
So
against that flu anyway.
I will say,
That's
I
strange.
still think, they're gonna inject us with the corona, and then there you go. You got to fight out with your own body.
That's how it works.
Yeah, it's
I wish we'd all had COVID parties. Not with anybody, 70 just like smallpox or the chickenpox. If we'd had COVID parties all been done, we quarantined the old people like we should have, the 80 and above and the underlying illnesses. But no, it's been one scared after another.
You one scare after
It's been
another.
one scare
Wait
after
till you
another.
rest.
Yeah, we're gonna have a COVID party. Well, we have one every Thursday.
oh my god, how did you two meet?
It
A
was
long time ago, like recently.
a long time ago.
Okay, so what?
She
Like,
met me when my kids were in diapers.
okay, so y'all were like conspiracy theorists back then, and then y'all got together sharing ideas.
Well,
Or did y'all just meet?
I was in the band One Nation Under Control, and it was all biblical and conspiracy theories, pretty much.
Interesting.
That was all it was. And now I'm in the band called Mud Crickets. It's the same type of music. It's just nobody cared about One Nation Under Control. They don't want you. People don't want it thrown in their faces. You got to sneak it in with some good dirty fun.
I never seen this smiling.
Yeah.
He gets quiet during the second show. I don't know what it is.
It's all because I'm lit. Yeah.
No, I love it. I love it. I love it. Everybody has a different idea about life in general, and it blows my mind. Like I would love to sit and talk about sex 24/7 because everybody does sex a different way. They have different likes and dislikes. That's just me though. You gotta find that person that you click with.
We should
Well,
do
it's
a
gonna be-
separate podcast about all the different ways.
Oh, you have no idea. I'll be a special guest on that show.
The Kama Sutra.
Yeah,
episode.
Kama Sutra. Yeah.
You can like do one.
My
each
dad has that
episode.
book. I was like,
Dude,
what are
there's
you
gotta be
doing?
like some
What are you
tantric
doing with
sex
this?
person. I went to the library once. I used to go to the library as a kid all the time. Nerd. Yeah,
Now, what is that?
Hell yeah.
I was a nerd. And one time, just walking around in a section over there, I started looking at books, and I saw Kama Sutra. I'm like, what's this? Oh, shit.
Phone in the
This is-
library.
What the?
That's exactly what it was.
That would be a good podcast.
See, okay. You said
It's
you
like-
grew up.
That's like the first porn ever right there. you
Yeah.
know? Like,
Betty
it
Page is
really
my
was.
first porn star.
The
Betty
Catholic boy
Page.
seeing that, I was like, what the hell?
Hilarious.
oh, there's stuff in there I can't do physically.
No, there is. Okay, so the person who
You can
did
do it, but your
the
head
person who wrote the Kama Sutra never had sex his whole entire life. Lived a long life.
Is that like
never
a
had
fact?
sex. That's a fact.
Wow.
Yeah. So all the
Bullshit.
things
That's
are
what they
based
call
on
it,
what he
facts, man.
thought people could do. Some of those things are goddamn impossible, and very few people can do it. If you're 30 pounds overweight, you ain't
Yeah,
doing
exactly.
75% of the shit that's in there.
105 pounds, and you can try it.
Yeah, there's no way you can do it. And half the shit in there. I'm
No,
100
yeah.
pounds overweight. I ain't doing 89% of the shit.
So it's a book full of goals. It's like I did the number 29 page thing, whatever you call that.
That
thing,
would be
right?
a good weight loss program. It's like we're gonna go through the Kama Sutra and we're gonna lose weight so we can do these weird ass sex positions.
That'd be a hell of a documentary. Like just dude, first I gotta lose weight.
All we need is
Then I gotta take
people.
yoga. So then
Yes.
takes yoga.
All we need is two people that are willing to do that.
Oh my God. Okay, put them in bodysuits. Put them in bodysuits. Do it right here on the table. Different positions. All right, come on. Number one. All right, got it. Number two, let's go down the list.
We go ahead and just skip doggy style and all the
We're gonna skip any of the ones that we can do already.
Yeah, we can do it. Go ahead, go to the next.
Now, if you want to go through the full weight loss program, you got to do all of them. That's actually a really good idea.
It would be a great motivator.
Just, but they're having
sex. You're given the opportunity to have sex, consensual sex.
Show where like the higher you go, the better like, your partner is.
Even
Like,
better.
the
The more
yeah, exactly.
the more weight you lose, the hotter the other individual. Whatever you're into.
Yeah, like your type, whatever it is.
Totally.
There's more of that. That's great.
I like the skin suit thing.
Yes,
I like but like, man, what was that?
Holes?
What was that dude on public access back in the day? He wore the skin suit, but like half was like musculature.
Oh,
and
that was Mr. Something Body. Mr. Goodbody. It was
Is
Mr.
that
Goodbody.
Mr. Goodbody?
Mr. Goodbody. I remember that shit. That's old, man. That's
Yeah, like the Jew fro.
Yeah, the Jew fro.
All right. I gotta do some other stuff. We will finish this up at a different time. Yeah, what'd y'all think of that? I hope you liked it. Leave a comment. We'll finish up the broadcast maybe later today at 2. Or they let me talk a little bit more. It's kind of hard to. I'm not gonna complain, but there are some issues. Because there's like 4 guys there and me, so. But that's okay. I have 4 older brothers. I'm used to it. And it was a good show. They said it, like, I looked at the views. It's one of the highest rated views on their channel. So, and then Ben Flatt came in to say hi while we were on there. And that kicked butt. So I had to give props to Ben Flatt. Anytime we got fans, it's a plus. Even if it's just one, he says, he'll be right back. That was awesome. So, yeah, we'll finish it today. And thank you for stopping by. And I love you guys. And y'all have a great rest of the day. They're not putting out my befores, my scheduled content. They're not putting out a notice. So I'm going to have to show up like 10 minutes ahead of time and just play some music. So just know that I'll be here in like 10 minutes. All right. Love you guys. Leave a comment. Oh my gosh. I don't know what that is. Okay. So it already is almost 4. So we will watch the next one at 7. 7, 8-ish. I'll get the thing started with some music, and then I'll be in about 10 minutes. So let everybody in the broadcast know that I'm on my way, and we'll finish this. And I'll talk to you later.